What up, guys? It's Jay from New York Gearhead, and today I'm gonna tell you guys everything I hate about my V6 Mustang. Alright guys, this is my 2006 4-liter V6 Mustang. I've had it for about 5 years and I've modified it little by little over time. One of the biggest things I hate about this car is the transmission. This car has the 5-speed T5 Ford transmission. It's not the same one that's used in the Mustang Fox body. That one is actually pretty beefy. This one is pretty fragile, and unfortunately, the previous owner ruined third gear. So third gear, it grinds every time you try to shift at redline from second to third, which is like one of the most important shifts. So I can always hit the but I can't hit the you know, like it sucks, guys. The transmission, that's like the third airplane, guys. The 5-speed transmission, I mean, to be honest, it's not that great compared to like a Honda shifter, but it is really notchy. You can tell when you're in gear. But yeah, third gear sucks. I've always thought about repairing the transmission in this car. I've looked into buying a rebuilt one. I've looked into just getting third gear repair, and the price of the repair, guys, is honestly not worth it. It's gonna be at least like $2,000 to $3,000 to get the transmission in this car repaired. And I'm already planning on coyote swapping this car. $3,000 could be like half the price of a crashed GT that I need for parts. So in my eyes, it's not worth fixing the transmission. The next thing I hate about this Mustang, the live axle suspension. This isn't just a Mustang thing. Live axle cars in general are not usually the most comfortable, because instead of both rear ends being able to move independently, it moves together as one. So any bump you feel on one side will be sent to the other side. And if you live in Austin, Texas, on the south side, and you have to drive on crappy William Cannon every day, then you guys will know exactly what I'm talking about. This car, unfortunately, is not the most comfortable. I mean, it's pretty damn good though. So even though I have coilovers that are pretty low, I'm lucky that I have adjustable coilovers, so they're set on like almost full soft in the front, maybe like 70% soft, and that helps so much with the ride quality. But my rear shocks are not adjustable, so the best I can do for the rear is just to raise it up a little bit, but even then, like driving in Austin, it's it's not fun. All right, guys, the next thing on the list, squeaks and rattles. So this year Mustang is pretty notorious for not having the greatest interior ever. It is pretty much all plastic. And now that it's, I don't know, how old is it? 16, 17, 18 years old, the plastic starts to rattle, starts to creak. And especially when your car's modified like mine is, I have like a one more inch exhaust than stock. I have polyurethane bushings in multiple areas of this car. It's super low to the ground. I have wider wheels, wider tires. All of those things together increase your NVH, noise, vibration, harshness. And that's what causes this ride to be loud and rattly. All right, guys, the next thing I hate about my Mustang is the seats. The seats are not that supportive. Even though this car doesn't have a V8, it is still pretty fast, and with the coilovers and the tires, you can really send this thing in the corners. The seats in this car were not made for sport driving, in my opinion. They're more for grand touring. She's learning how to drive that car. One of the last things I hate about this car, I'd have to say, is the various creaks and croaks that this car makes. I tried to put this thing together as best as I can. I've tweaked the suspension so many times. Every time I hear a noise, I know what general area it's coming from. But with the age of this car, it's coming to the point where no matter how many times I tweak the suspension, the sounds end up coming back like a year later. So it's almost like I got to keep doing this over and over. Oh, look, the Corvette person's back. Sometimes this car creaks when you're turning the wheel at a sharp angle. Sometimes the front suspension will make a little creak. Just the little various noises that signal that the car is not perfect. I'm one of those people where I want my shit to be perfect. Y'all feel me? I want my car to be perfect. And it's almost there. I just need a little bit more. It's getting closer and closer. And speaking of not perfect, I would definitely say the paint on this car is not perfect. It's pretty good. It's pretty damn good if you're like 10 feet away. But if you look close, you can kind of see that this black and that black don't match. It's a close paint match, but it's not perfect. My splitter, I would like the splitter to be the same color as the body, but this splitter's bent, so maybe I'll get a new one and do that later. But as we go, guys, for now in V6 form, this car is basically as far as I want to take it. I don't really want to put too much money into this car until I'm ready for the Coyote swap.